Welcome back to today's program, guys, with your host, Caden Hayward. Today, we're going to be talking about how to stop reacting and start winning. 8 steps to master your emotional state. I got a question for you. Have you ever found yourself driving down the highway and someone's going really slow or someone's behind you, they're right up your butt, and you start experiencing all these emotions? You're frustrated, you get angry, maybe you start hitting the horn or you wave the middle finger at them. And they completely change your emotional state of being. And you find that affects you moving forward through the rest of your day. Or maybe it's at home with your kids or your partner, and they're just boiling you up to the point where you just kind of snap and you freak out, or maybe you yell and you raise your voice, you say something that's not so nice, and it affects your home. And later on, you find yourself like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Or maybe even worse, you blame it on your kids or your partner. Why do they have to be like that? Why does my partner have to not do the laundry or my kids not listen to me? Ugh. And you're experiencing all these emotions. Well, you're not alone. You're not alone. I used to be like this big time growing up. I remember when I was younger, I was a BMXer, and I used to do the tricks and stuff in some competitions. And I remember one time I was trying to learn a trick outside my home, and I had no control of my emotions when I was younger. I was in reactive mode. And I remember I was trying to learn this trick, and I was trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. And the wind kept blowing down the piece of wood I was trying to jump over. And I got so mad, and I must have been holding my breath or something. I grabbed a piece of wood, I threw it on the ground, and I instantly passed out. My legs lost control. I fell to the ground, and I was just laying there. And I was like, whoa, what just happened to me? So I get it. You're not alone. And today I'm going to talk to you about, and I'm going to share with you the 8 specific steps to master your emotional state so you can get out of this reactive mode that is ruining your gut health, that is causing you to have high cortisol, storing body fat, that is making you make poor decisions in your life. It's not like you ever make a good decision when we're living in that reactive state, right? When we blow our fuse, we never make positive decisions. That's where conflict comes. That's where we become like an animal. We're out of control. It's embarrassing in a way, right? You ever see those people outside bars, they're drunk and they have no control of themselves and they're just acting so foolish, and you're just like, wow, that's embarrassing. It can happen to all of us. It can happen to all of us. So today we're going to talk about how to do this, because the greats in life, the most successful people, your idols, the people that you want to be like, they have all done this work. They have all gotten to where they are because they do not allow their emotions to control their actions. And that's exactly what we're going to be covering here today in these 8 steps. So this is going to help you get a better grip if you're dealing with health issues, with emotional eating, your gut health, high cortisol. These are going to help you completely wipe that out. Okay? It's also going to help with your relationships at home, your home life, the peace in your life, how you handle situations at work with your boss, experiencing your own sadness, poor emotional state, or feeling defeated. It's all going to wipe this away. If you can make these 8 shifts today, if you can make this shift, this is going to help you make an unbelievable transformation. It's going to help you start actually chasing your goals, actually accomplishing your goals, taking the scary step forwards in your life to help you progress farther and get what you want, and just live overall a happier life. Become a more trustworthy and respected person, someone that people can actually rely on. Because nobody likes being around that person who's out of control of their emotions, who are always in that reactive mode, right? It's annoying. It's more like an animal, right? And I say animal because that's how animals are, right? Animals live in reactive states. So let's talk about it, okay? So I believe, a lot of this change for me personally has been through a lot of inner work. I've been on my own personal development journey now for about 8, 9 years. And a lot of this work and these changes have come from personal study, practicing day in, day out. Also, I believe it came from, for those who don't know, I was a professional trader, and I spent 4 years straight losing every single day, practicing for hours and hours and hours, trying to become a professional trader. And I would lose and I would lose and I would lose. And it kind of beat that into me to not be so reactive and not let my emotions control my state. Because if you know anything about trading and investments, you cannot be emotional because you will lose every single time. So let's talk about it, okay? How do we step into the highest version of ourselves? Because that is the biggest shift for today. How do we go from reactive mode, living in lower states of being, which is sadness, negativity, living with anxiety, fear, doubt, worry. These are all lower states of being that are never going to allow you to progress farther in your life to where you want to go. They're going to keep you stuck in this prison that you don't even want to be in. So the shift here is stepping into abundance, gratitude, positivity, love, the higher states of being. Because did you know that in your brain, the same mechanism that allows anxiety to happen is the same for gratitude? So you literally cannot experience anxiety and gratitude at the same time. You can choose to switch it. It all depends on your lens, your perspective, your focus. What are you paying attention to? Where is your energy flowing? Because where your energy flows, your focus flows, that's where the results go. So if we're always focusing on what's going to happen in the future or what has happened in the past, and we're always reliving these constant states, we're always going to experience those constant emotions behind it. And that's going to be our state of being moving forward. And we're going to get more of that. We're going to attract more of that into our lives. Right? Have you ever hung around a person who has very high anxiety in a social setting and it kind of makes you a little awkward? It's a little uncomfortable, right? They're full of this anxiety and it kind of affects your state of being. But then on the other hand, you have the person who walks in and they're just a glowing beam, right? And it's like, whoa, I want whatever that person's on. And you almost get attracted to it because it's such good energy. I'm going to share with you exactly how you can get into that state today. Okay, because again, emotions will never allow you to get what you want in life. Oftentimes, I do not feel like waking up early in the morning and going straight to the gym. I don't feel like going out into that Canadian weather to wipe my car off, right? There's many times I do not feel like prepping my food on Sundays or eating those meals over and over again. But again, my emotions will never get me to what I want. They don't serve me in the purpose of getting towards my goals in my life. So how do we make this change? How do we get in control? Okay, here's an example. I was driving on the highway one night going home, and my lower beams were out. Okay, so only one of them was in, and I didn't want to get a ticket from the cops. And I remember I had my high beams on driving, and I ended up going behind someone. I totally forgot that the high beams were on, and I was driving behind them on the highway, and my high beams were on. Next thing you know, this person slows right down. I pass them, and next thing you know, they go right behind my butt, and they're flashing their lights like crazy. They're going off and off and off and off, and I started to instantly experience this emotional feeling of a little bit anger, a little overwhelmed, right? I was getting a little angry, like, stop doing that. Why are you doing that? I didn't remember that I was doing it to them. And then it shifted for me. I said, oh, wait. Do not allow this person to control you. Because that's what people do. If you experience these heightened emotional states of anxiety, anger, fear from other people in your life, they have a leash around your neck. They're controlling you. So what I did was I took a step back, I took a deep breath, and I said, hey, it's all good. Just laugh about it. Laugh about it. Life is going to keep going on. This is not going to matter. Do not let this affect you. And that would only have happened, though, if I took these 8 steps and worked on myself and did the work. If not, maybe I would have slowed right down and started going after them, right? And then there's road rage, like you see on YouTube and all these videos. So, and funny enough, actually, that person's car, I think, broke down because they were freaking out behind me. Next thing you know, they slowed right down. They pulled over the side of the road. Maybe they're having a panic attack. Maybe they're so stressed out they couldn't drive. I don't know. But I hope that person watches this video here today. And I'm sorry about the high beams. So let's dive into the 8 steps to make these shifts happen. Number 1 is changing your lens on how you see the world. Okay? The world is for you. That's the first step. Understand this is all for you. The good, the bad, it's all experience, and that's exactly what we want. Understand that the world is all for us to help us get to where we want to go in life. That's what I choose to believe. I can choose to believe that the world is against me and that everything's bad and all these fires in the world and hunger and stuff like that is all terrible and sad. And I can choose to to point my lens on that and focus on that. But what good is that actually going to get me in my life? So instead, I choose to believe that every single thing that's happening in my life and to me is all for me for the greatest good. That way, even if something terrible happens in my life, for example, if there's a death in my life that happens in my family, whatever it may be, I'm going to choose to look at this in the lens of, okay, now I'm going to have a stronger part of me and I can help people who go through the same experience in life. Or I could say, this happened to me, life hates me, I give up, right? Life is just death, it's just negative. That's not going to be a fun future. Okay. So believe that this is all for you is the first step. Second step, again, seeing things in a different lens. It's all a decision. All right. A lot of people are like, I hate working out. I hate sweating. I don't want to work out. You're telling me you don't want more energy. You don't want to look sexier. You don't want to be more confident. You don't want to be stronger. You don't want to live a longer life. You don't want to make your life 10 times easier. You're telling me you don't want that? Right? See, that's the lens I look at working out in, is I get to work out. Mind you, not every day I'm motivated and excited to go to the gym, but I still tell myself I get to be here. I get to have this gym facility that I get to go into and I get to work out and work on myself. I get that time for myself. And that's the lens that I choose to see the gym through. But mind you, 8, 9 years ago, when I first started and took me 2 years to get consistent, I used to look at working out like this. I would say, who in the right mind would want to go to a gym and lift iron and sweat for an hour or 30 minutes? It didn't make sense to me. But you know what I was also doing in that state? Is I was also playing video games, watching TV all the time, eating s'mores and grilled cheese and chocolate milk, feeling like crap, hating on myself, hating my body, being in terrible shape. I was living that life. So it's all a massive shift. Okay. The next piece, number 3, do the actual physical work for yourself. What this means is Dan Martell, one of my old mentors, has an amazing quote. And he says, exhaust the body to tame the mind. And what this means is that your body wants to move. Okay. Have you ever been so stressed out and then you go for a massive run or you work out really hard and you just feel like you're just pour out of your body? Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Your body wants to move. Exhaust your body so you can control your mind, get grounded. Other steps that you can do for the physical work is, so again, exercise, sleep properly. When we don't sleep, it affects our stress hormones. It also affects many other hormones. So make sure you're getting quality sleep. I know for me, I'm not the same person if I ain't sleeping the way I should be sleeping. Next piece is, again, healthy food. Eat the right foods for your body. Okay. Some foods might spike up your blood sugar. Some foods will affect you and make you feel like crappy in your gut. And then your gut, most of your serotonin, your happy chemicals are made all from the gut. So make sure you're eating and fueling yourself properly so you can feel better overall. Okay. Other steps, journal and meditate. Do the inner work. Get present. I can't tell you how much journaling and meditation has helped me transform my state of being. Because how I like to explain it is that you want to sit in the seat of the observer. What I mean by that is that a lot of people, they live their lives, and if you're watching the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts right now, I'm on YouTube, I'm showing you guys what I'm doing. And a lot of people live up here, okay? And this is where all your thoughts, life experiences, it's reactive mode. The key is that you want to get back here, okay? In the back of your mind. You want to sit in the seat of the observer. You do not want to live in reactive mode, okay? Because when you live in reactive mode, everything that happens to you, you react to it, and then that's the way things go. You want to take control. You want to live from your highest state. And that's exactly what meditation does. And it allows you to sit in that seat of the observer. It helps you practice not chasing after thoughts, okay? Because what happens is we chase after a thought, right? We live in reactive mode. We grab onto the thought. You hold on to that thought for over 7 seconds, and then you experience an emotional state. So if you always think about your past and trauma and everything that's happened to you, your poor body is reliving that experience over and over again because your brain doesn't know if it's past, present, or future. It's just right now. So if you're experiencing those thoughts, which cause you to have an emotional state of being, your poor brain body is all going through that terrible experience over and over and over again. So meditation is amazing. And this will help you take control of emotional eating. It will help you take control of taking hard actions. It will help you just become a overall much better person. People be like, how are you so calm and collected? The world is going to crap right now. How are you in such an amazing state of being? I meditate, baby. All right. I have control over my mind. That's why. So that's the physical work to this piece. Number 4, set standards and goals daily on your calendar and make it happen. I love Joe Rogan's talk about this on, it doesn't matter how you feel. You write it down on the calendar. If it's on the calendar, it gets done. Do not disrespect yourself. Write down 3, maybe 5 things maximum a day that will help you push the needle forward in your life and your goals. If that's a financial goal, if that is a health goal, if that is a relationship goal, whatever it may be, 3 specific things, 5 specific things that will help you push the needle forward and help you make that progress in your life. And do not allow the emotions to control you. Some days you might not get it all done, but live in your highest state. Accept it. Move on, keep yourself accountable, and get it done tomorrow. So that's the next one, is setting standards and goals to help you drive that needle forward. Next one, always take time before responding. Practice it like a muscle. Someone's yelling at you, you're in a conflict, take a step back, breathe before reacting and giving a response. One of the best things you can do for yourself, take a couple seconds. What's it's going to show people as well is if you want to become more confident, show that you're in control. Become a trustworthy person by showing that you have control and that you're actually giving a thoughtful response. You're not just reacting. Tell me, how many times has it ever helped you when you're in an argument with your partner or friend where both of you are just screaming at each other? It doesn't help at all. But when you can take that step back, you can allow them to pour it all out on you, but you're still in control of your positive state. Now you have control. Now you can properly react. Now you can handle the situation properly the way you want to and not have regret after. Okay? The next one that we got in here is have trust in the process and where you're going. Okay? I'll tell you right now, it doesn't make sense to not trust in yourself in the process. The only reason why you might not trust in yourself in the process is because you're not there yet. And there's no proof or evidence that you're going to get there. And you're relying on your past actions where you didn't stick to your promises, where you gave up and quit. The past doesn't exist anymore. What matters is right now, and you have control of that to an extent. So trust in the process because it doesn't make sense not to trust. Okay? Start trusting in yourself. And the second last one we've got here for today is gratitude. Okay, as I mentioned, you cannot experience anxiety and gratitude at the same time. Choose gratitude every single time. Ways you can do that, start your day off with, today's going to be an amazing day. Or force yourself to find gratitude. One thing I do with every single meeting I have with my clients and also my team most of the time as well, who work with me, is we start with wins. Before you share anything with me, before you come to me with your problems, whatever it may be, you have to give me 2 to 3 wins. It starts off with a positive vibe. You force your brain to find the positive. Okay? Gratitude, always choose gratitude. And here's the key, is that it's easy to do it when you're winning. What matters most is that when you're not winning, when everything's going against you, you're having a terrible month or a terrible week, maybe you gained a couple pounds on the scale, maybe you lost a bunch of money, whatever it may be. That's when you need to choose gratitude. Okay? Because you can keep going down that poor state of being, or you can make that shift and get back up and keep going. And the last one for today on how to make this shift happen, number 8, is control your breathing. Control your breathing. I learned this through rehab when I completely destroyed my back in high school. My back was so bad, it was worse than a 70-year-old man's. I couldn't even deadlift over I think it was 70 pounds in rehab. And actually the doctors told me to literally quit sports. At the age of 17, I think I was, they told me to never play sports again. They put the cortisol shots in my back, a bunch of crap. And one thing I learned, which funny enough helps me with everything else in my life, but I had to learn how to change my breathing because most of us are chest breathers, but that's where anxiety can come in. And that's also where you get tightness and it's just not good for your body. What you're better off to do is fill your lower lungs first. Breathe into your stomach. Let your stomach go out. Okay, so like 1, 2, maybe 3 seconds. And then same thing when you're breathing out. So in your nose, into your stomach, fill your stomach, and then out. And that's going to allow you to help take control as well. Okay, when you can focus on your breathing, it helps you stay present in the moment. And guys, that are the 8 steps on exactly how to stop reacting and to literally start winning in your life and become the exact person that you want to become. I hope you guys enjoyed this program for today. If you did, all I ask is that if you find this is helping you in your life, if you find that this is making your day a little bit better or you're learning something, please like, subscribe if you're on YouTube, leave a review if you're on the podcast. Every single piece helps so I can help more people. And I appreciate you guys allowing me to live my dream by helping you with these things. And I'll see you guys on the next program.